right, hey guys, this is Brandon McCaskill. Welcome to the Safari Arie Roadshow. We have Arie here with us. We're just gonna get a little update from him. What's new on the road as he's traveling across 24 different countries? Arie, where are you at? How you doing? Give us a
I'm
scoop.
doing good. I'm doing good as usual.
Yeah.
I'm actually in Las Vegas. I think I'm in the area called Spring Valley, southwestern quadrant of Las Vegas.
Okay.
Um, Anyways, I got here January 29th, and I believe and today's February 1st. So I got here a few days
Yes.
ago, spent a few days in a hostel
Mhm.
downtown. That was an interesting experience. I want to say LA. Las Vegas is yeah. It's been an interesting experience in all honesty. I mean
Mm.
the first place in North America I've ever just seen like open alcohol, just people walking around. Um, my
Mm.
hostel was just like I think 90% of everyone was on drugs. All I heard all day long was
Wow.
people hacking. I guess I don't do drugs. I don't know anything about drugs, but everyone's walking around with a pipe and hacking.
Mm.
Um, and so, yeah, it was kind of an interesting experience. And anyways, I digress because I know I didn't even need to go in that direction. But
Yeah.
um, anyways, I put out an announcement a few days ago or whatever that I'm going to be sticking around in Las Vegas um, for the next little while. And so
Mhm.
we'll just do a quick update on that, and then we'll do an extended version for more details
Yeah.
in regards to that if people are so interested. But yeah, I've actually booked. I left the hostel the other day. I actually tracked down an Airbnb. So I'm actually in a house, like I said, Spring Valley. I arrived last night. As you can see, I'm like in this. It's not even got a proper door. um, it's like 8 feet long, the room, and about 4.5 feet wide. So I think this is like a extra large closet or something. Um, there's
Wow.
four other rooms in here or whatever. But it was the cheapest that I could find because my plan is actually to stick around for the next 60 days
Mm.
to work on a few things. We'll elaborate in the next video, but basically what I want to do is I want to work on my media reach, potential sponsorship, um,
Mm.
passive income potentially, also connecting my goals and dreams beyond the ride, and
Right.
to try to connect my ride to those ambitions, those dreams. And so I've just found that just with COVID and everything closed, and I can't sit anywhere, do any work, and all I can do is do work at host. But those
Mm.
are so few and far between that even when I'm at a host for 6 days, I'm so backed up with just the day-to-day work that I can't get in beyond just getting caught up. And so what happened was LA was nice and warm, and I got into Death Valley, and the temperatures were pretty nice, but it started to get cooler, colder at night especially. And then I came into Las Vegas, and it's pretty basically nice and warm. But basically, the plan from here is to go to Utah, and Utah is in the middle of winter,
Mm.
very very cold.
Right.
And even though I did do some biking in the winter last year, well, all through the Canadian winter, I've still never acquired the flavor for cold weather, and I'm still not a fan of it.
No.
And I'm not even really that well prepared. And then the other thing is just with COVID and everything, with just the way it's going, it's like there's not this massive rush to get into Mexico. I'd like things to settle down a little bit more. And
Mm.
it just seems like things are escalating more than settling. So
Right.
it just seems like it makes sense to just spend this time doing some work
Yeah.
and just, yeah. And so that's kind of basically the plan is just to stick in Las Vegas for about 60 days. I might do a little bit exploring because I can also imagine, I mean, basically during the first wave of COVID, that was 60 days, and I was actually pretty cabin fevered through
Mm.
that experience. So I may do some like Red Rock um, Canyon is not that far actually from me. So I may do, the Hoover Dam. I could maybe get that because I do plan to go to the Hoover Dam. So there's a few things I may do just for a day or two on my bike or whatever, but
Mm.
to avoid the cabin fever. But I got to get work done.
Yeah.
It just piles up too quickly in the day to day. I mean, yesterday I left the hostel yesterday and I went to Fremont Street and checked that. I was funny. I didn't even realize I just came across it. But like, long story short, by the end of yesterday, I believe I took over 300 photos
Hmm.
in 4 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All that has to get edited. I just added like 8 or 9 hours worth of work of uploading and this and that. So it's just, the content and the work, it piles up so quickly. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I need to get some stuff done. So that's sort of the long story short. I think, I don't know, maybe that is a long story of why I'm
Yeah.
sort of sticking around Las Vegas
So
for about 60 days.
60 days. So that brings you up till April, correct? April
April
1st, you said?
1st. Basically, my lease
Yeah.
here ends April 1st, and then I'll head into Utah.
And you made a comment there, maybe just briefly say, and we could talk about this in the extended version of the show.
Sure.
You said during this time you're going to try to connect what's your ultimate passion for your
Yeah.
ride. Just
Yeah.
talk about for those of
Yeah. Sure. Well, I
people
mean,
that watch and don't know. Just explain it
yeah,
briefly.
absolutely, of course. Like, if you go to my website and you
Yeah.
go under my passion projects page, I have a huge passion and desire to have trees to plant trees, or to have them planted by whatever means.
Right.
And when this ride is over and I go home to Belize, that's where my home is. The plan is to start a tree nursery to raise seedling trees for reforestation of rainforest and jungle. So I have a huge passion to see trees planted. Um, Basically, what happened is this ride, the goal for this ride happened before the tree passion was realized.
Yeah.
And I had to get this, it's just this, to do this ride has been this burning desire.
Mm-hmm.
But then this tree planting, like, I basically, what happened is one day I woke up and I realized what I wanted to do when I grew up.
Yeah.
And that was to plant trees or have trees planted.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, I'm already planning for this bike ride. And so it's like, okay, so I have these two things: bike ride, tree planting. How do I connect them?
Mm-hmm.
And so, so far, for the most part of the ride, that has not been part of the agenda. It's just been what it's been, especially with Crossing Canada and all the hosting and everything. But I'm at a different phase, a different stage of this ride, and I would actually like to spend more time focusing on that. Like, basically, I have a lifetime goal. This is not like a bike ride goal, but a lifetime goal.
Yeah.
To have planted or plant 1 million trees in my lifetime.
Wow.
But I'd actually like to turn that million into 1 billion. I just want to sound too crazy, but so yeah. So I also want to work on some strategies to connect those two things moving forward, kind of
Right.
deal. So, and these are just all things because the amount of work I already do with the photos and the editing and the blogging and the social media, I just can't seem to get caught up on I can barely get caught up on that, let alone work on these other things that I'm actually quite passionate about. So yeah, so that will also be part of my agenda over the next 60 days.
Sounds like there's a lot of work ahead of you.
Oh, it never ends. It never ends.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, I have nothing to complain about. I mean, it's like, I mean, you just have to look at the photos to see everything that I see and everything that I experience. And so, yeah, no, it's been awesome, but it's just, unfortunately, I have this thing called ambition, and I don't know how to shut it off. Whether or not these things become successful or not is irrelevant. It's just, all I can do is move forward. But anyways, probably we're dragging this particular part of the video off a little bit long, just a little bit too long. So
we'll conclude this show for now, but if you want to check out the extended version of this show, it'll be somewhere at the end of this video or in the description, but you'll find it. So let's end this right here. Arie, thank you.
Cool. Yeah.
Good to hear from you, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.